My name is Juan Tyler, and I'm current chairman. This is my third month, over third month being chairman. I've been on the business council, for business council since 2005. And I'm an alumni here too. I graduated here 2004, and it took me a long time, but I made it. So I'm a little over 6 decades, and so I know a little bit what's going on around here. I was born here in Pocatello, the old St. Anthony Hospital. But our people, we have a treaty in 1868, and we had like 11 treaties from our Shoshone people from both sides of the Rocky Mountains. And we unite all the way down where the Snake River is. Snake River starts over there in Wyoming, comes around this way, all goes and flows into the Columbia. And our native people live along there. And when the Euro-Americans came here, they witnessed and they seen a lot of us, and they found out through other tribes that they call us the snakes. Unfortunately, to them, we were the snakes, but to us, we're a new one, the people, human beings. But yeah, the Bannocks were Banite, people from the water. And this is the Bannock Reservation here. So we have people from Boise Valley, Malheur, and Bruno, and Beezer, and Long Tom, and the Middle Fork of the Salmon River, Limhi, and Montana, Yellowstone Park, and all over that. It's been forced here with the Bannocks here. But so we're a nation now with different bands here. We're all together now creating the Shoshone Bannock tribes. And our reservation used to extend all the way almost to where Malad is. All the way down where when you come down, which is Bannock County. Beautiful valley, the Marsh Valley, you come down the hill and all those other areas on this side to up to Clare to almost Water Springs and this area. They got dwindled down little by little, but things happen throughout the history. I can't go into all that detail. It might take a long time, and I might need a PowerPoint. But anyways, things happen, and this is the discussions about hate. So we're united against hate. So basically, I don't know what I was taught. Throughout the different perceptions about hate. One thing I was told was never hate yourself. See, that's a good one, huh? Don't hate yourself, because people tend to grow up that way. And our people, we had to follow 2 roads, basically. The Euro-American road, due to the fact of the reservation period, early things that changed, and wanted us to be, I guess, I'm just going to throw things out here, so bear with me, and I don't want to offend, but put us in assimilation, acculturation, put us in a melting pot, basically. And so that thing didn't turn out the way it's supposed to, but so we're here today. But at the same time, we have our culture. We do have ceremonies throughout the year, different things, throughout the seasons, and some of them can't be recorded and things like that. But at the same time, we go with the seasons. Right now it's Yubani, we call it fall time. There's things coming up, and then we're going to go around the cycle of life, and that's how we are. When you're unborn, you're born, you live all the way as a child, all the way up till you're an elder, and you complete your journey, physical life. But you got to understand, inside, we're all unique. We have our spiritual mentality of how we are, our soul. So that's the beauty of it. It's not the outside. So that's why you shouldn't hate yourself. Took a long time to explain it, I guess, but yes. Growing up here, I went to Pocatello schools for a while. I went to Tahi Elementary, Hawthorne, and I went to Fort Hall Elementary, and Blackfoot for a little while, and then I went to Hawthorne, and I went to Highland for a little while, and then Blackfoot High School, and then I ended up going to Intermountain Boarding School. And things didn't go out right, because that school boarding school was established after World War II. And it was all Dene Nation and Navajo school for a while, training them. And so I guess during that year, 1974, 75, they allowed all other tribes to go there. All other tribes. There's over 576 tribes in the United States. And they allowed some of the recognized tribes, others to go there. We were going over there. I went to go over there and play football. And that first year, it didn't turn out good. And we turned into hate. Tribes didn't like that. Didn't like the Navajo Nation, didn't like the other tribes coming, and things happened to turn a big riot, and then eventually, nobody really knows about that story. And then the police force had to come in and stop the riots. But that's another form of disliking each other. And then hate can come in all forms, prejudice, racism, and individual prejudice, all kinds of stuff. And it's unfortunate that it has to be part of life. But you look at the decades, that's how wars start. Even the churches, religious denominations didn't like each other. The Catholics versus Protestants, that's because they brought up the Protestants, because they were protesting, I guess. That's how they brought them over here from Europe to the Mayflower, because they were getting persecuted for their own, all that story. Maybe the younger ones, some don't know about it. But it's always good to remind people of what's going on around here, so we can bring a healing to our people, to our community, and on a small scale level here to a larger one. And it's unfortunate it has to be here. We've seen it in the civil rights movement. We've seen it in slavery, all these things from the South, from all the way down to South America, and South American continent, Mesoamerica, all the way up to the North American continent. Different people coming here and others hating on each other. And then it's unfortunate, and the war started, and slavery, and all these things, and then the Civil War. And it was before that, there was all the European nations coming over fighting. Spanish trying to take over this side, and French, English, Dutch, and all this, and German, all these tribes finally were English. And then the Germans tried to take over, we'd have been speaking German if they tried to conquer the world. That was a huge part of hate when they brought up the Holocaust. That's unfortunate when they did that, and I think we don't know about that history too. We don't want to ever repeat that. There's other things that's happening out there, different countries, third world countries, Somalia, down in South America, all these things are going on. When's it going to end? We have a war going on right now, Ukraine and Russia, but I don't know if they're hating each other. They're hating each other because of that land. Russia says that's still theirs. They want to be at peace. Same thing, and that's how life is. And then unfortunately, during different administrations, presidency administrations, things change. Some, I look at it this way. There's the great bird has two wings like this. There's the red and blue, and the left and right wing. One bird. That's how we should be. They should represent one bird. Maybe they could end hate. Because right now we're divided, and they're going to have a shutdown. That's ridiculous. Because they're hating on each other. Even the GOP, the Republicans are kind of like disagreeing. I don't know if it's hate, but they're disagreeing with each other. So, holy, come on, wake up. And then hopefully they won't do that. There's a 10% chance that there won't be a shutdown. That's a different issue. I guess I'm a little bit of a politician, so I'm throwing that out there. But all these things happening. But so how do we end hate? Everybody said good words, Samir Bland and Josh, and then Mr. Satterfield and others. I'm sure we're going to talk about the panel. That's how Politella was. A lot of different people came here. We've seen it over here. They call it the triangle. And we used to work at FM. I used to work at FMC. This is a true story I was told, because I was there since 1949. And there was the African Americans came. They had them segregated. They had to work down at the bottom where the tough work is. The shell tapping and all this. I worked there for about 4 years, but I worked off and on as a contractor. And they said they were packing guns, and they had to use different restrooms and had to drink from different fountains. I said, holy, really? They go, yeah. And that was during the 50s and 60s and all that. And things changed, I guess, now. But now we're to the point to speed things up here. I don't want to be more negative, but the different administrations seem like it brought back hate. The 45. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I don't want to offend the red or blue or whatever, or Republicans or Democrats, but to me, they should all work together for our people, for America. We could bring unification. It's supposed to be United States of America, and we're divided. So I see that. That happened, and unfortunately, how can we change that around? Now we're at the age where all of us in here, you guys might hope you're not hating on me for saying all this. But I just want to share that a little bit. We have to change this around. We can start here, southeast side of Pocatello. I just came from Boise, and then explain things to them, and they're blessing.